This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, desecration and disrespect. Cargill's Castle Trust are fuming after the landmark heritage site was graffitied. Central Otago children and young adults are at risk of anxiety and depression as their parents struggle to pay the rent. And leveraging his place of birth gives us a connection to Peter Beck, who began dabbling with rockets near Mosgiel. Now he's a Kiwi in the stratosphere. Kia ora, good evening with The South Today on Craig's Story. Members of Cargill's Castle Trust are fuming after the landmark was graffitied at the weekend. Tags including Addict and Duds 17 were discovered by neighbours of the Highgrove site earlier this week. Dunedin police are investigating. The South Today's Daryl Baser has the story.
This vandalism at Dunedin's Cargill's Castle is being compared with desecrating graves. Cargill's Castle Trust Chairman Stephen de Graaf says the 140-year-old building deserves more respect than this.
In the darkness, the taggers have been up here and they've really gone to town this time. It's quite disgusting what they've been putting up, their little name signals or whatever they are. Someone out there will know them and we'd like to get hold of them really. This is a 140-year-old Grade 1 or heritage listed building that's quite iconic, I suppose, for St Clair and Dunedin, and we'd like to sort of eventually get it open to the public and so that they can come around and have a look.
De Graaf says neighbours advised the trust about 20 people were seen trying to enter the site on Monday. However, he believes too much money is being wasted on this public nuisance.
It's really frustrating for the trust and the trust members, you know, sort of just getting going, I suppose, the trust and got a bit of traction again, and we've got, you know, big plans for the next couple of years. And it just pushed it back a bit, you know, just frustrates the hell out of everyone really.
Stephen de Graaf estimates the clean-up cost from this latest round of graffiti will be around $2,000. And he asks that people treat this historic landmark with the respect it deserves. Dunedin police are investigating the trust's complaint. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
Firefighters sprayed water down the chimney of Carries Bay Historic Hotel after the chimney fire left the building smoke-fired this week. Appliances from Port Chalmers, Ravensbourne and Dunedin City attended the fire. Firefighters were called to the hotel about 3:30 after it was reported by the staff. The fire service spokesman says the building was smoke-logged as a result of a small fire in the chimney. Better safe than sorry. The hotel was evacuated after smoke triggered all of the alarms. The lack of affordable housing in Queenstown is taking its toll, especially on the resort's young people. Social service organisations are concerned that children and young adults are at risk of anxiety and depression as their parents battle to pay the rent or the mortgage. South Today Queenstown reporter Mina Amso investigated.
Away from home, these youngsters spend some downtime after school at the local youth booth. It's a place where youth support workers get a feel for what pressures young people are under. In addition to usual pressures young people face, Okatipo youth worker Richie Hadlow has noticed some in Queenstown have the added pressure resulting from overcrowded homes and substandard housing.
What we see is a lot of kids are having issues because they're staying in a place that's they have to rent out the rooms to other people. It's just not the ideal situation for a young person. It's unstable.
Youth Trust Manager Jackie Muir knows at least 5 young people living in difficult situations.
The things that we're predominantly seeing is that stress and it manifesting in ways of anxiety, depression, things like that.
Tina Muxton, who manages the Queenstown Lakes Family Centre's counselling service, is concerned young Queenstown people are struggling because of the accommodation issue.
So clearly this is a concern for us because if we've got parents presenting with us, that is going to be impacting the children. So we need to be really aware as a community that we have some sort of form of focus to address affordable housing.
She also encounters families stressed out financially who are resorting to substandard living conditions.
We have families that are living in overcrowded environments, so whether that be 2 families or 3 families sharing a rental property, or lots of boarders or flatmates living with families. We've got parents working multiple jobs and long hours, so obviously that contributes to quality time away from children.
The Queenstown Lakes District Council's efforts to tackle the shortage of affordable housing in the resort town are considered by the social agencies to be valuable, but they need to be fast-tracked. And while young people are under pressure, so too are the agencies trying to deal with the problem. They say the longer it takes to provide more affordable housing, the more likely it is that there will be an increase in families' breakdowns and violence, taking its toll on Queenstown's children. Mina Amso, The South Today.
If you're a Southern Ed Sheeran fan who's missed out on tickets to the UK singer's 2 Dunedin shows, fear not. Frontier Touring have just announced 4 final shows across Australia and New Zealand, and the only new New Zealand gig is scheduled for April the 1st at Forsyth Bar Stadium here in Dunedin, with the other 3 shows in Australia. The 80,000 tickets to the first 2 Dunedin shows sold out in a little over 20 minutes, which indicates his popularity. Tickets for the April the 1st show go on sale at 1 p.m. June the 1st. That's 1 p.m. June the 1st. Tickets for the April 1 gig. In a release, the singer says he's always loved coming to New Zealand. Head of Frontier Touring, Michael Gadinsky, says it's the biggest tour in Australasian history. They're so happy they can hardly count. The historic launch of a space rocket from the Mahia Peninsula near Gisborne yesterday at 4:20 p.m. is a success the South has some claim on. The man behind the launch, Peter Beck, was born and raised in Invercargill, and he began dabbling with rockets when he was working at the former Fisher and Paykel plant in Mosgiel. Here is the South Today's Mark Price.
Liftoff.
The launch of the 17-metre rocket, with a silver fern on its nose, made New Zealand the 11th country in the world capable of launching cargo into space. The launch was something of a triumph for Rocket Lab founder Peter Beck, who was born in Invercargill and bred in the south. His 2-stage carbon composite rocket took just 3 minutes to reach space, and although it did not quite make it into orbit as hoped, the launch is being hailed as a remarkable achievement for a newcomer. It's certainly a far cry from the stage Beck was at just 17 years ago. In Princess Street, Dunedin, at the Festival of Speed in the year 2000, he demonstrated his steam-powered rocket bike. It was based on a BMX and remarkably achieved a top speed of 140 wobbly kilometres per hour. Now Beck has a multi-million-dollar business designed to carry nano-satellites 500 kilometres into space at $5 million a shot. International venture capitalists and the New Zealand government have invested tens of millions of dollars into the project. Southern-bred Prime Minister Bill English recently made play of Beck's southern origins.
Particularly since, as I said, it's all been driven by a boy from Invercargill who's got this incredible set of skills ranging from raising finance, running a large complex organisation, all his international negotiations, as well as technically brilliant. And there's a lot like him in Invercargill.
Beck began dabbling in rocket power after starting a tool and die making apprenticeship at the old Fisher and Paykel whiteware plant near Mosgiel. His workmates sometimes slipped him a useful piece of potential rocket labelled Apprentice Training Project. His advice to young potential rocketeers: study your maths, study your physics and come work for us. Beck told the media after yesterday's launch it was a beautiful mission to watch. I'm Mark Price for the South Today.
Well done, that man. Still to come on the South Today, at the Kensington Tui Club Rooms, I think that dog drank my beer. Today is International Pink Shirt Day. I didn't get the memo. And it's a half-century since Timaru's Trinity Church opened.
From rare to the recent, visit the legendary Hard to Find for your quality second-hand books. With the largest stock in New Zealand and a friendly book-loving atmosphere. For good prices, buying or selling, come visit 20 Dowling Street. Bring some more joy into your world by adopting one of our adult animals at SPCA Otago. Call now on 473 8252. Please adopt a pet now. They will love you forever.
It's on again. The Star Regent 24-hour book sale starts noon, 9th of June. Don't miss out.
Sit back, relax and enjoy our warm hospitality with our famous Lanark Castle high tea served in the Ballroom Cafe. Bookings essential. Phone 476 1616 today.
Hi, I'm Dennis Charlotte and road racing motorcycles is my lifetime passion. It's a massive adrenaline rush, but the high-speed crashes have been tough on the body over the years. I almost feel as old as my mate Ian.
Sports valves supporting tendons, ligaments and cartilage. And Energy Plus helps replace the energy that everyday living takes away.
Now I feel more alive and have more sustained energy to really enjoy my racing.
Buy 2 packs of Sports Valve and get 2 packs of Energy Plus absolutely free. So call now 0800 502 402.
Grandad loved his family and surfing in that order. He taught me to surf and we spent a lot of time in the water together over the years. When he died, I strapped the camera to the nose of his old board and filmed the paddle out at St. Clair. Gillian's played the video on the big screen at his funeral. Grandad would have loved having everyone come out one last surf with him.
Gillian's Funeral Services, helping families celebrate the lives of their loved ones for generations. Gillians.co.nz.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
We're at 25 Moray Place at Dog with Tails Cafe and Bar. So we take coffee very seriously. We do what's called contract roasting, so we're creating our own roasting profile and then doing our own blends. We're really focused on the craft of what we're doing. You know, we're going back, instead of going on mass-produced sort of cheap things, we're taking the time to really craft what we're making. Make it so anyone can come here and have a feed and be able to get something they're able to eat or that they want to eat as well. You're kind of getting a taste of cafes from all around the world when you come here.
We need your help to secure the future of Dunedin Hospital. The Dunedin City Council is leading the community's call to redevelop Dunedin Hospital as a top-flight teaching hospital right in the city centre. Have you sent your SOS? Add your voice to the thousands demanding central government commit to the health and well-being of the whole southern region. Go to dunedinhospitalsos.nz and fill out your form, or head to a library near you to fill out a paper copy. dunedinhospitalsos.nz.
Channel 39 brings you coverage of ID Fashion and Emerging Designers 2017. Check listings for details. Thank you for staying with the South today. Even in these modern days, it's still generally frowned upon to take one's dog to the public house. However, those on four paws were welcome upstairs at a Dunedin establishment for a recent fundraising gig. The Kensington Tui Club Rooms hosted supporters of search and rescue dogs Otago this week. People took part in a quiz night, while some people took the time to read to their puppies. Aww. The canine contingent were happy to have a fuss made over them, of course, because they're all good dogs. Funds were raised to support the organisation, which does not receive government support. That's a bad dog. A church parish is set to celebrate a special milestone. The Timaru Presbyterian Parish will hold a 50th Jubilee at Queen's Birthday weekend, celebrating a half-century since Trinity Church opened. The Reverend Brent Richardson says the parish is looking forward to marking the special occasion with activities planned for early next month. He says a celebration of service is part of the planned festivities.
The weekend at Queen's Birthday weekend, this church was commissioned, completed, and they had their first service in here. And so it's a good occasion to celebrate that. At the same time, St Stephen's up at Waihi Road is turning 52. And so we're celebrating that. And some of you will remember St Paul's Church in Seddon Street in Highfield. That would be turning 100 this year, so we're also celebrating that.
He says many parishioners are keen to celebrate the occasion, and many months of planning have gone into organising the Queen's Birthday weekend events. As a footnote, Trinity Church was the first Presbyterian church in Timaru, first established in 1865. Invercargill High School students and police officers took to the streets to spread the anti-bullying message. Today's International Pink Shirt Day, a day to stand together and raise awareness for the fight against bullying. Here's Invercargill reporter Ruby Spank.
Leaving bullying behind in the dust. These James Hargest College students and Invercargill police officers are taking part in a bike ride from Thompson's Bush to Sandy Point to raise awareness for an important cause.
Pink Shirt Day, which is to raise awareness against bullying. So police are fully involved in this, and we're supported by a school, getting the message out there that it's not okay to bully. And we're also going to deliver those messages to a school on the way as we ride our bikes.
Pink Shirt Day originated in 2007. When two Canadian students decided to wear pink to show solidarity with a student who was the victim of homophobic bullying. Since then, the phenomenon's gone worldwide, with people coming together to spread the message to speak up, stand together and stop bullying. Constable Laurie says the problem of bullying is significant in the lives of school-aged students in New Zealand.
Oh, it's huge, and it's very debilitating to the people involved, whether they're kids or adults. It is a real problem in our society, and we need to raise awareness and make a change.
And it's close to the hearts of the James Hargest Student Council members.
Well, this is going to show that we are here to support anti-bullying and that we're taking a stand against bullying.
It's important to stop bullying because it hurts people, it makes them sad, and then they don't want to go to school. And then it makes their life miserable and other people around them because they feel like they're having a hard time or in pain, and it's just not right.
Show everyone that we support them and that we are here for everyone and everyone's unique.
The bike ride stopped off at Otatara Primary School, where the bike riders spoke with the Year 5 students about the importance of treating people with compassion. I'm Ruby Spink for The South Today.
After the break on The South Today, one of Canterbury's oldest buildings, a stone cottage at Hakateri, has been restored and reopened. And look, just because you're a superstar doesn't mean you can't sleep through your own book launch. And of course, the weekend's ODT and the weather.
Channel 39 brings you a series of 45-minute documentaries looking at the future and the past. Wednesday nights at 7:30, repeating Friday nights at 8:30, only on Channel 39.
Autumn is here. Too late to sow grass seed, but never fear. Ready Lawn is here. Ready Lawn, your perfect all year round solution. Call Ready Lawn today.
Loss of collagen is the reason for those fine lines and wrinkles. Silberhorn's Collagen Plus naturally supports your collagen levels, giving you younger, firmer looking skin, healthier, shinier hair and stronger nails. Joints, tendons, ligaments and cartilage all benefit from healthy collagen levels, the very foundation of structural health. Support collagen levels naturally with Collagen Plus by Silberhorn. Be quick, buy one now and get a second pack half price. Call now 0800 502 402.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 15 years. New doors, replacement doors, repairs and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team at 553 Kaikoura Valley Road. Visit www.garrador.co.nz or call us on 488 5676.
Active Furnishers Limited, home of quality service with superior product and an in-house design team who are always happy to advise and create an imaginative solution for you. Active Furnishers Limited, part of Dunedin's design history.
It's on again. The Star Regent 24-hour book sale starts noon, 9th of June. Don't miss out.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Emu oil has been used for centuries to support joint mobility and tired muscles.
Also helpful for supporting healthy skin. Available as oil or in capsules. Go to www.silverhorn.co.nz to order emu oil today.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489-2274.
FPOS, point of sale and cash registers. Rent, lease or buy. Mobile FPOS and fixed terminals. Short or long-term rentals. Contact Anything's POS today. 0274 361 474.
The University of Otago, an institute of world-class education and the social epicenter of the city, with outfits needed for more formal functions like the ball and for less formal functions like
the zoo. Are you sure?
Yeah, trust me.
Yeah, Dad, you'll definitely see me. I'm the one in the yellow and blue face paint and the onesie in the zoo.
You know, yes, I am really dying.
Channel 39 brings you a series of medical documentaries from local filmmaker and medical doctor Paul Trotman.
Obviously we're trying to reduce actual physical symptoms, but there's much more to it than that. There's also dealing with the consequences on the family, the consequences on social life.
This week, A Good Death, a look at dying in Dunedin Hospital and Hospice. Next Monday, 8 p.m.
Kia ora and welcome back to the South Today. An online superstar chose to have a cat nap instead of attending the first reading of a book about him yesterday. Bruce the cat shot to fame in a blog written by his owner, Catherine Van Beek, which details everything from how he was found as a one-day-old kitten abandoned on an Auckland street to his move to Port Chalmers.
I've written and illustrated
Dunedin.
a children's storybook called Bruce Finds a Home, which is based on the story of how Bruce was found. It's been an epic project so far, and it's set in Port Chalmers. It's based on the real story, but in the book I've made it a little girl who finds him and takes him home and has to find out where he belongs before the end of the story.
Van Beek, who wrote and illustrated the book, read it to a test audience of Year 1 to 3 Port Chalmers school pupils yesterday. Many of the children were unaware that they shared their neighbourhood with the famous pussycat. Following the reading, Ms Van Beek was peppered with questions from the pupils. When the book was officially launched, the school hoped the elusive Moggy would visit. There he is, what a lovely pussycat. The book will be funded through crowdfunding platform Kickstarter. People who contributed to the book will receive a copy when it is published. Go you good thing. One of Canterbury's oldest buildings, the stone cottage at Hakateri in the Ashburton Gorge, has been restored and reopened, with former station cook Joyce Grieve given the honours. The cottage, built in 1862 from stone carried from a nearby river and was home to shepherds at Hakateri until around 1892, after which it became known as the married quarters. Added to the mix of complexes at the area in Hakateri is a restored killing shed, now back from the creek where the eels waited for the butcher's knife, and a boat also found in a nearby dump. The project has been funded through $50,000 worth of donations, with the Department of Conservation, good old Doc, coming to the party with $128,000, making the restoration possible. Well done to all involved. Now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Members of Cargill Castle Trust are fuming after the landmark was graffitied at the weekend, a disgraceful affair with taggers leaving their poor excuses for art behind. The lack of affordable housing in Queenstown is taking its toll on the resort's young people. Social service organisations are naturally very concerned, and the historic launch of a space rocket from the Mahia Peninsula in Gisborne yesterday is a success the South has a little bit of claim on. For your southern man, Peter Beck. Well done, Rocket Man. All right, just in time, Craig. How are you, dear man?
Not too bad, thank you. All go today.
Yeah, all go. What's in the big weekend's edition of the ODT?
Yeah, it's all about Ed Sheeran again, and I feel like we've had that conversation several times in the past.
If I had $1 for every time I mentioned his name, I'd have $8.
I know, exactly. Third concert, of course, announced today, and that's huge news for particularly those who have missed out, I guess, on the first two. But we've had a bit of a chat to some of the, I guess, the main players around Dunedin and what it's going to mean for the city.
Yes.
You know, about 120,000 people are coming to going to be going through the turnstiles at that
There is
stadium
a
over
lot of
Easter weekend.
Yeah, and that's a lot of lattes, it's a lot of cheese rolls, it's
It
a
certainly
lot of
is.
beverages.
You know, they're talking in excess of $50 million for the city at a time when, you know, you've got the Warbirds on in Wanaka, so you would expect a lot of people to leave the city. So it's going to be huge. And again, it shows that Dunedin's a viable venue for some of these big concerts. You know, we've had plenty of concerts in the past, but nobody at the peak of their powers, I guess, like Ed Sheeran, and showing what a draw card he is. There's a team put together to try and manage the accommodation, because that's going to be the big thing, I guess, trying to fit everyone in.
Yeah, because that's the entire population of Dunedin.
Yes.
Again, over 3 days.
Yeah,
I
good
think
time to rent out those bedrooms.
Yes, indeed. A lot of spare bedrooms on Airbnb for that.
It certainly is. We've also got a story, a lot of people may have seen them around the city. They're the blue lights on the road that activate when the roads are freezing to warn the drivers. The trials ended for that. It was a DCC and a NZTA trial, and they've decided not to continue with them. There were some concerns about how accurate they were. They were going on when they shouldn't, and they weren't when they should, so they were giving drivers inaccurate information, so there's some concerns there, and they've decided to get rid of them.
Yeah. If it's broken, leave it be broke, but if it's an erratic failure, then no, you can't sustain that.
Exactly, and a bit of disappointing news for Highlanders fans. Ben Smith today confirming that he's unlikely to play for the Highlanders against the Lions in that match. He's saying if he's picked for the All Blacks, he will have to play for the All Blacks, and they're playing 3 days after the Lions game. They've got a warm-up match against Samoa, so something we'll have to go seriously on from not to be selected in that team. So
it's not a
bit of a shame,
fight.
really.
Yeah, because playing the Lions isn't a pillar fight.
No, it's not. And I mean, he's such a good leader, though, and you know he would have drawn a few people along to that match. So yeah, a bit disappointing.
Nice.
And weekend mix, of course, as well. Plenty of good reading in that. We have a look at the germs around us and the impact they're having.
Oh dear.
We've caught up with biochemistry professor Kurt Krause, who talks about the concerns of the global threat of antimicrobial resistance amongst us at the moment. So,
yeah, there's been quite a bit of traffic on the internet lately about bugs that will not respond to antibiotics in any fashion.
Yep, and they think it's going to get worse.
Yeah,
so
that's it.
Interesting times. And just finally, Helen Spears, our editorial executive, has just come back from New York not so long ago, attending the UN conference into the status of women. So it's the second part of her feature, looking at that conference and what they got out of it. So it's well worth a read as well.
Good weekend's read.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Craig. All right, let's crack on, you and I. Let's have a look at tomorrow's weather and for the weekend.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Silverhorn Sportsville.
Picture postcard Queenstown, that's what that is. Lovely shot. And the Orisi River in Invercargill, how very pretty. Our situation now, a cool southwesterly airflow hugs the country tomorrow, but a pleasant ridge of high pressure pushes it away on Sunday, making for a fine weekend. But the coming week has many unexpected, unsettled surprises for us. So, to the deep south, all across the deep south, no rain is predicted, light southwesters and fine conditions. Temperatures are cool but very pleasant. Off to the central plateau now, light southerlies and 10 in Alexandra, the same for Queenstown. Southerlies and 10 and possibly a little bit of rain in Te Anau, but still 9-10 degrees, rather pleasant. To Oamaru now, becoming fine for you as the weekend develops, easing southwesters, 10 degrees. Marama, same for you. Timaru, easing southwesters and 10 degrees. Twizel, it looks quite lovely, light southerlies and fine conditions for you. In Dunedin tonight, showers for this evening, possibly lingering into Saturday morning, 5 degrees overnight. Saturday is generally fine and sunny, moderate, cool southerlies, 7 and 10 degrees. I'm promoting 11. Sunday is another glorious day, light winds, cool conditions, 3 and 11. Monday, 12, fine but cloudy. In Invercargill tonight, showers overnight and cold southwesters, 5. Saturday gets better as it ages too. Fine and sunny, cool southwesters, 1 and 11. Freezing overnight on Saturday night into Sunday, with cloud in the palette as well. That's Pantone 428C. And milder southwesters, 12 degrees for Sunday, 14 for Monday, cloudy conditions. Right, let's wrap up this Friday and TGIF. It has been a pleasure to serve you. Thank you very much. Good evening.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.